The Grayson County Lady Cougars come back home and look to take on an unfamiliar opponent. It's the first matchup between Paducah Tilghman and Grayson County since 2002. And a good evening and welcome here to Grayson County High School for this evening's coverage of Lady Cougar basketball on Litchfield's Country Station 103.9 The Moose and also via K105 Digital Production. The Sam Gormley here with you today. We appreciate you taking the time to tune in to tonight's coverage. This is the Locker Room Show. Coming up on the Locker Room Show, we'll introduce you to the Lady Cougars of Grayson County and the Blue Tornado of Paducah Tilghman. We'll talk to the head coach of the Lady Cougars, Todd Johnston, and get you ready with the starting lineups. That comes up and more right here on Litchfield's Country Station 103.9 The Moose.
You may have heard that the American Legion helps honor our fallen heroes.
Or that the American Legion helped write the GI Bill, enabling veterans to get a college education.
And yeah, you've heard us tell a good story or two.
But did you know that the American Legion does so much more for our veterans? From advocacy on Capitol Hill to serving others in our communities, the American Legion continues its tradition of strengthening America through service. Learn more about supporting veterans in your community by visiting legion.org.
She used to dance and dream of a better life, a brighter future. Today, thanks to Children International and friends like you, she dances for the world. Together, we give children in poverty a chance to set their sights high and achieve their dreams. Learn more about Children International and join us in our life-changing work at children.org today.
Every 3 minutes, a baby is born with a cleft, making it difficult to talk, hear, eat, and even breathe. Many won't receive the treatment they need to thrive. Through training and financial support, Smile Train gives the power of healing back to local communities so they can provide life-changing surgeries and other services at no cost to families. Help us change the world one smile at a time.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
The Paducah Tilghman Blue Tornado about to take on the Grayson County Lady Cougars. The Blue Tornado enter this game with a record of 9-3. Last time out, they played McLean County as well, as did Grayson County. It was a 47-45 victory for the Blue Tornado against Grayson County, or against McLean County, where Grayson County won 42-41. So both the teams played really close matchups against that team. The players you'll need to know starts with the senior point guard, Diamond Gray. She's been playing varsity basketball since she was a 7th grader. She's averaging 14.3 points and 7.6 rebounds per game. Deja Garland is a senior forward, number 25, 11.6 points and 7.8 rebounds per game. And you'll have Schumpert that'll come off that will play as well. She's appeared in 9 games this season, hasn't played in every game. 7.2 points, 5.1 rebounds per game. And Maisha Smith is the freshman guard at 10.4 points and 3.4 rebounds a contest. Paducah Tilghman with a record of 9-3. They're coached by Stephanie Gray. Grayson County coming in off of a win. We'll take a break, introduce you to them after this. This is Lady Cougar basketball on the Moose.
Navigating the maze of Medicare enrollment can be a confusing and overwhelming experience. State Health Insurance Assistance Programs, or SHIP, are experts on Medicare.
I felt like this place could really help me out.
They were so nice and helpful on the phone. I really do appreciate the fact that they take us seriously.
Local, unbiased, and trusted Medicare help. Contact the SHIP office in your area to make an appointment.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
With a My Social Security account, you can request a replacement Social Security card, estimate your benefits, and more. Save time. Go online. Open a My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense. Oh boy.
What?
We better get out of here. That clown is about to hit a water line.
He didn't contact 811 to mark the underground utilities.
Nope.
You saw that coming. Too bad he didn't.
Know what's below. 811 before you did.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back to the Cougar Den. Grayson County and Paducah Tilghman about ready to get underway. So we're just a little over 15 minutes away from tip-off here this evening. Sydney Perkins, the leading scorer for Grayson County, 10.4 points, 2.4 rebounds per game. She finally got started in shooting the ball a little bit better as in the last game against McLean County, the 42-41 victory. Other players you need to know for Grayson, Sutton Van Meter has been playing extremely well over these past couple of games as well. She's averaging 6.1 points and 2.1 rebounds per game. As the other players you'll need to know for Grayson County that will stand up, Isabel Blanton coming off the bench. She had some good moments in the JV game at 4 points a game. And Arissa Riggs, the senior, of course, plays extremely well, 8 points and 3.6 rebounds per game. Lady Cougars and Paducah Tilghman getting close to getting underway. Todd Johnson's head coach. We'll talk to him, get his thoughts on the matchup after this. This is Grayson County Lady Cougar basketball on the...
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping.
My mom was caught doing drugs, and they said this is not where children are supposed to be. So they removed me and my siblings and put us into foster care.
Brianna spent 9 years in foster care before being adopted with help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption.
After I was adopted, I felt very safe. I definitely see myself going in the right direction.
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care like Brianna who need a family now. You can help us find them the safe, permanent homes they deserve. Learn.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Show here on 103.9 The Moose. Sam Gormley joined by the head coach of the Lady Cougars, head coach Todd Johnston. Coach, you picked up the big win against McLean County on Saturday. When you went back and watched it, what'd you see?
Well, I was really pleased with Sutton, Sydney, Arissa. They each carried us scoring-wise a quarter. Sid had 6 of her 15 in the first quarter, and Sutton had 8 in the second. Then Arissa really carried us in the third quarter with her 8. And then, we handled the ball better. We had 16 turnovers, which still for me is too many, but it's probably as few as we've had all year. So our passing's got to get better. Rebounding still got to get better. They really hurt us on the boards, but overall, I thought it was one of our best offensive games execution-wise, still not scoring-wise, but, we got 42, but we executed and we actually turned our offense over for 35, 40 seconds in the fourth quarter a couple of times, trying to eat a little clock, so showed some improvement.
JV right now is happening as we're recording this interview, and you have a couple of players that play a lot in varsity and are also playing JV. How do those players like Isabel and so on, use JV to the biggest benefit that they possibly can to get more minutes in varsity?
Well, it allows Isabel a chance to be more aggressive to score. And, we've played our best this year when she's come off the bench and made shots for us. Struggling a little bit offensively right now, so I decided to put her on JV for, maybe the rest of the year, maybe for 2 weeks, I don't know. But just to try to build her confidence up, get some shots up, see the ball go through the net. And then Bree playing a lot of JV, obviously, and she got a lot of time for us the other night. So, just to build confidence with them. Bree's a 7th grader, and sometimes when something goes wrong, she takes it personal too many times, so she's got to learn to get over that. But both of them should use it as an opportunity to get better, work on things that they can do at the varsity level, because they're going to play big roles for us throughout the year.
We've talked about common opponents and what you can learn from it, and I know you have opinions on that, but does it make it any different that the fact that both of you all played the same exact team in your last game?
Well, I think it makes a difference mentally for our kids. I don't know that it does me, because when I watch and I'm still like, holy cow, they're so athletic. But you tell our girls, they hit 2 free throws with 7 seconds to go to beat McLean County by 2, and knowing that we had a really tight game but pulled out the win against McLean County. So I think it's important for the girls because they know they can play with this team. The key to that is we got to take care of the ball because they're fast, they're quick, they're athletic. We're going to have to make shots against their zones. They really extend it up and pressure. The middle's open, so we may end up putting Sid in the middle some against the 2-3 to take that 12, 15-foot jumper. Arissa obviously is in there a lot, but I think looking at that and knowing, well, they only beat McLean by 2 free throws late. I think that's good for their mentality, but for me, it still scares me to death.
You mentioned how athletic they are. They've got a really good guard. What do you see from them as a whole offensively?
Well, they probably throw it inside more than anybody we've played, with the exception of Butler County. And they're really similar to Butler. Number 25, really similar to the Phelps girl. She's not as good as Phelps out on the floor, but scoring-wise, size-wise, Phelps is a good comparison. And then, the guard, Gray, we haven't played anybody like her yet, so we'll see how that goes. But then they bring in the 44 off the bench, and she reminds me of the Wilson girl at Butler as well. But they're going to high-low, and if we let that high-low pass happen and not pressure the ball, and they can just turn and throw it inside to their big girls, it'll be a long night for us. So we got to do a really good job in our zones, pack it in a little bit, make that high post pass hard to make, and then it's a little bit of a hope game. They've had games where they've hit 7, 8, 9 threes, and then the last few games they've hit 2. So if we have one of those games, then we'll be right in it if we can rebound.
Coach, good luck. Well, more here coming up on the Locker Room Show after this.
Did you know that over 700 kids enter the foster care system every day?
700?
700.
Just talking about foster care can help foster care.
Okay, let's try this.
Donate your small talk.
I'm William Shatner. I've been around a long time, but I'm truly humbled when I see the real battles our brave, paralyzed veterans have faced defending our freedom.
I was on a routine patrol, and we were in the desert of Kuwait, and the vehicle flipped and landed on top of me, which left me paralyzed from the waist down.
Okay, folks, this is heroism. That's why I'm proud to support Paralyzed Veterans of America. Go to pva.org to learn how you can make a difference.
My brother was wounded in Mosul, Iraq in 2005 during a combat mission. The injuries he suffered that day are still with him. He has partial vision and hearing loss. He has a traumatic brain injury, and probably most severe is his post-traumatic stress. But the bomb that blew him up, it really kind of blew up my life right along with it. Caregiving was new and scary. I was really isolated and on my own, and I didn't reach out. And that ultimately led me to a point in my life where I contemplated suicide. One of the resources that we had known about after my brother was wounded was Wounded Warrior Project. Once we discovered that Wounded Warrior Project not only had programs for my brother, but they had them for me and my son as well, we really began engaging with other families, and it turns out there's a lot of them who are just like ours.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
It's time to meet the starting lineups for tonight's game between Grayson County and Paducah Tilghman. First for the Blue Tornado of Paducah Tilghman. Senior guard number 2, Diamond Gray, averages 14.3 points per game. Sophomore forward number 21, Victoria Wheeler, averaging 1.8 points. Freshman guard Maisha Smith averages 10.4 points. Deja Garland is the senior forward at 11.6 points. And Quinaya Schumpert averaging 7.2 points per game. Now starting lineup for the Grayson County Lady Cougars, the record of 5-11. Sophomore forward number 44, Ella Narvaez, averaging 1.6 points per game. Junior guard number 10, Sydney Perkins, averages 10.4 points a contest. Freshman forward number 12, Kennedy Green, 3.2 points and 4.6 rebounds per game. Senior guard number 5, Arissa Riggs, at 8 points and 3.6 rebounds. And Sutton Van Meter, the sophomore guard, at 6.1 points and 2.1 rebounds. Your coaching matchup, Todd Johnson for Grayson, Stephanie Gray for Tilghman, as the play-by-play is next on the Moose.
A tree can be unifying, inviting diverse communities to gather over common roots. A tree can be innovative, effortlessly pulling carbon from the air. A tree can be noble, actively nurturing life in an uncertain world. The Arbor Day Foundation has been planting trees for 50 years, in every season and soil, every climate and corner of the earth. A tree can be transformational, helping us turn local action into global impact. That's why now is the time for trees. Lots of trees. Let's tell the world everything a tree can be. Because a tree can be a solution. Let's put millions of solutions in the ground together.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. Hungry kids get sick more often and can struggle in school. It can be harder for them to focus and learn. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good, healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry.
Grayson County and Paducah Tilghman about ready to get underway. We'll take one more break. The play-by-play is next on K105 Digital Productions and the Moose.
You may have heard that the American Legion helps honor our fallen heroes.
Or that the American Legion helped write the GI Bill, enabling veterans to get a college education.
And yeah, you've heard us tell a good story or two.
But did you know that the American Legion does so much more for our veterans? From advocacy on Capitol Hill to serving others in our communities, the American Legion continues its tradition of strengthening America through service. Learn more about supporting veterans in your community by visiting legion.org.
She used to dance and dream of a better life, a brighter future. Today, thanks to Children International and friends like you, she dances for the world. Together, we give children in poverty a chance to set their sights high and achieve their dreams. Learn more about Children International and join us in our life-changing work at children.org today.
It's time for basketball in Litchfield between the Grayson County Lady Cougars and the Paducah Tilghman Blue Tornado. Sam Gormley here with you on the call. Mr. Spirit is in the building. So we are ready to roll here from Grayson County High School. As your opening tip is going to be Garland for Paducah Tilghman, Green for Grayson. And the official throws it up into the air, and we are underway. The opening tip controlled by the Blue Tornado of Paducah Tilghman, coming from the 2nd District and the 1st Region, making the 2-hour and 15-minute trip up the Western Kentucky Parkway for a Tuesday evening basketball. They are 9-3, coming in off of a 47-45 win against McLean County. As that game was played in Calhoun. Grayson County also coming off of a win over McLean County, as that game was played on Saturday. As it is the first matchup between these two teams since 2002. They haven't played since that point. That game was played at Murray High School down in the 1st Region. Shot inside the lane is left short. There to clean it up and put it in on the left side. Basket is good by Paducah Tilghman. As putting it in was Victoria Wheeler for her first points of the game. Grayson County has it. They scored 42 points in their game against McLean County on Saturday. They had some good offensive possessions in that game, as there's a handoff pass to Perkins, who got going, made some shots, which is going to be huge for this Grayson County team moving forward in this season. They got to get Sydney shooting like she was at times last season. Van Meter drives down, flips it up, left side shot goes wild, long rebound chased down and won by Paducah Tilghman, as Garland wins it at the half-court line and gives it back to Diamond Gray. Gray into Garland, who spins around. Shot might have been partially blocked. It's off to the left. Arissa Riggs picks up the loose ball for Grayson, immediately slaps it off to Van Meter. Van Meter, interior pass here to Perkins off the screen. Left wing three is short, bounces over top of the rim, and it's picked up on the rebound by Wheeler. Wheeler taps it off to the guard, Shumpert. Shumpert at the free throw line, spins it around, gives it off, transition. Right wing three is long off the back of the iron by Smith. Loose ball is picked up on the floor by Grayson County. Van Meter bobbles it, has to slap it back off to Riggs. Riggs up the far side of the floor. Gets a screen, drives down, Euro step in the lane, basket good for Riggs. Ties the game up here at 2. Just a little over 2 minutes into the game. Right side Shumpert. A man-to-man defense here for Grayson. Actually, no, it is a little bit of a zone pressure here coming from Grayson County. A 2-3 look. Left wing Smith. Back off now to Shumpert. She'll step back, a deep right wing three. It's off to the right. Rebound on the floor is going to be a jump ball, and it's going to give Grayson County the possession. Shumpert shoots 23.8% from three. It's not a great three-point shooting team for Paducah Tilghman. Just under 18% on the season. Shumpert is their best three-point shooter, though, at that 24% mark. Van Meter to set up the offense for Grayson. It's the right wing to Riggs. Riggs picked up by Gray. Gray picks the pocket of Perkins. Gray, fast break down the right side. Layup, good. Diamond Gray is a really talented guard. She's averaging 14.3 points, 7.6 rebounds, a very experienced guard as well. She's been playing varsity basketball since she was in the 7th grade at the Logo. Sutton Van Meter breaks the timeline off to the right wing to Perkins. Inside to Green. Green lets the defender go by. Defender catches up, and a jump ball is going to give the ball back towards Paducah Tilghman. 4-2, Blue Tornado lead Grayson. 4 minutes and 47 seconds left here in the opening quarter of play. Stephanie Gray is the head coach of Paducah Tilghman. Played her high school basketball, softball, and also ran track at Mayfield High School. She was a 2-year starter as inside the lane, getting around that offender. Victoria Wheeler gets her second shot in, and Paducah Tilghman leads 6-2. Van Meter almost lost her dribble on the left wing, able to gain it back, and a reach-in foul is going to be called on Wheeler. For Wheeler, that'll be her first, team's first of the first half of play. It's going to stay on the floor. Van Meter to trigger. Gets it into the far corner. Perkins' three is up, and it is short. Rebounded on the floor by Gray. Gray bounce pass down to the right side. Layup missed in transition, and a foul on the rebound is going to be called on Grayson County. She gave it off to Smith, and Smith couldn't finish. Sutton Van Meter will pick up the foul, her first, team's first. Shumpert to pass in. Gets it off to the left elbow. Catch and shoot. In and out. It pops. On the floor, though, rebounded by Wheeler. She loses it. It goes through the legs and run down by Smith deep on the right wing. Back out to Gray. Gray, the senior point guard, setting up the offense. Bounce past Smith. Back out to Gray. Gray picks up her dribble and walks with it at the top of the key. Gray knew it. As soon as she passed it and the official blew the whistle, she knew she didn't get away with a walk. And the steps called at the top of the key. 3:58 left here in the first quarter of play. Paducah Tilghman leads Grayson County 6-2. Sutton Van Meter. Green deep on the wing. She has her pocket pick. Loose ball. Green's able to run it back down, but she loses it out of bounds. Isabel Blanton into the game for Grayson County. Coming out will be Kennedy Grain. Grayson County remaining in the zone pressure against Paducah Tilghman, who averages just under 52 points a contest. They're 2-0 already in the second district. She's in there with McCracken County, St. Mary, and Community Christian of Paducah. Left wing three is put in there by Diamond Gray. She's only an 11% three-point shooter. I guess it was a three. Okay, I looked up, and it is 9-2 Paducah Tilghman. Van Meter drives in. She's bumped in the lane. And free throws should come for Sutton Van Meter. Foul is called on Shumpert, her first, team second. Sutton will go to the free throw line. 89.3% from the free throw line this season for Van Meter. She will shoot two. The first one is good for Van Meter. Of course, Sutton is the little sister of a really talented athlete as well in football, Jaron Van Meter. He's a great wide receiver. You also even saw him play a little quarterback. And one of the pitchers as well on the baseball team, and led the team in average as well. It's a good athletic family between Sutton and Jaron. She makes both free throws. And it's 9-4, 3:10 to play in the first quarter. Left wing, driving in at the free throw line. Pass knocked back into the hands. Ella Narvaez, really good defenses. They're switching it here and going with a 1-3-1 zone pressure. Interior pass knocked around by Riggs. It's able to be recovered, and the putback is missed. Riggs picks up the loose ball. It's off to Van Meter. An outlet pass into the far corner goes through the hands of Blanton and out of bounds. 9-4, Paducah Tilghman leads Grayson. 2:50 left here in her opening quarter of play from Grayson County High School. Breaking the timeline is Smith. Is into the game now for Paducah Tilghman is Carruthers. She's averaging just under 1 point a game. Deep left wing three by Shumpert is put in. That one was from NBA Reigns. Shumpert put it in, and it didn't even touch the rim. Nothing but net on the high arcing rainbow three. 12-4, Blue Tornado lead Grayson County. Van Meter to the free throw line. Narvaez swings it over to the far corner to Blanton. Out front to Van Meter, back down to Blanton in the far corner. Blanton now will drive in, spins it around, bounce pass to Riggs, fires into the corner to Perkins. Three is up, and it is long and off to the right. Long rebound chased down by Garland. Garland breaks the timeline, slows down, and waits for the guard Shumpert. Shumpert just put in a deep three to add to this Paducah Tilghman lead. Cross pass off to Smith. She saves it in bounds. Into Garland. Floater by Shumpert, rather, is put in high off the glass. Shumpert's got 5. Gray's got 5. Wheeler's got 4. And it's a 10-point advantage for Paducah Tilghman. Right wing Riggs. Out front to Van Meter. Swings it into the corner now to Perkins. Back out front now to the volleyball line to Van Meter. To Perkins. Deep left wing three off the back of the iron. Perkins 0-4 to start from 3, and a jump ball on the rebound is going to keep possession, though, with Grayson. 1:23 left here in the first quarter. Diamond Gray re-enters. Lakaya Carruthers comes out. Sutton Van Meter passes in from underneath of her own basket. Into the far corner to Perkins. Bounce pass inside to Narvaez. Gets it off to Van Meter. 10-foot jumper from the near side. Van Meter puts it in. She's got 4. For Grayson County, it is 14-6. 1:08 to play in the first quarter. Shumper being chased backwards. Inside pass. Shot on the right side is missed on the interior. Long rebound tapped off and run back down. Back into the hands, and a loose ball foul is going to be called on Grayson. It's called on Narvaez, her first, team's second of the first half of play. Fran Hodge comes into the game here for Paducah Tilghman. The junior has 2 points and 9 rebounds this season. She's appeared in 10 of their 12 games. Brooklyn Dennis will come in for Grayson County in place of Ella Narvaez. Shumpert to pass in from in front of the Grayson County cheerleaders. Down to the right block, dribbling and fading it away. The bank is open for Garland. Paducah Tilghman playing really well to start. They're not missing from the field. Bounce pass out front. Van Meter is fouled hard by Gray. Gray immediately helps her up, and for Gray, that'll be her first and the team's third. 16-6, 42 seconds left here in the first quarter of play. Van Meter breaks the timeline with a pass to Riggs. Riggs in the far corner to Blanton. Blanton bounce pass right wing Riggs. Out front now to Van Meter, back now to Riggs. Riggs takes one dribble, now fakes it off on the drive. Back out front to Van Meter with 25 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Riggs drives down the right lane, gets around the defender and lays it in on the right side. Riggs and Van Meter each have 4 for Grayson. Paducah Tilghman leads by 8. It's 16-8. Spinning it around, firing a pass down to Hodge on the right block. She spins it around and puts it in on the right side. For Fran Hodge, that's her first shot made from the field this season. She was 0 for her previous 8. Van Meter drove down the left lane as time was getting ready to expire, and it goes out of bounds. Oh, a push. Was that a? We had a foul called very late. Called on Van Meter for Grayson, I believe, very late in that sequence. And for Sutton, that'll be her second. Brings us to the end of the first quarter of play. It is 18-8. Paducah Tilghman leads Grayson. This is Lady Cougar basketball on the Moose.
Every 3 minutes, a baby is born with a cleft, making it difficult to talk, hear, eat, and even breathe. Many won't receive the treatment they need to thrive. Through training and financial support, Smile Train gives the power of healing back to local communities so they can provide life-changing surgeries and other services at no cost to families. Help us change the world one smile at a time.
Navigating the maze of Medicare enrollment can be a confusing and overwhelming experience. State Health Insurance Assistance Programs, or SHIP, are experts on Medicare.
I felt like this place could really help me out.
They were so nice and helpful on the phone. I really do appreciate the fact that they take us seriously.
Local, unbiased, and trusted Medicare help. Contact the SHIP office in your area to make an appointment.
Lady Cougars trail 18-8 as we start the second quarter of play. And it is going to be Blue Tornado basketball to start the quarter. Sam Gormley here with you on the call. Tuesday evening here from the Cougar Den. Kennedy Green re-enters as well. She immediately gets her hand in on the inbounds pass. Blue Tornado, though, were able to keep it in their grasps. Shumpert, bounce pass out front to Gray, who fires a pass down to the far side. Catch and shoot shot from 10 feet is missed. Rebounded, though, and loose ball. Renfro saves it in the hands of Van Meter for Grayson County. Sutton Van Meter to Riggs. Riggs off to the left wing now to Renfro. Renfro splits defenders, drives in, kicks it off to Green. Green out front to Van Meter. Van Meter back now to Green on the right wing, out front to the volleyball line to Riggs. Riggs to Renfro. Renfro tried to get it in the corner to Blainton, but Blainton had vacated the spot, getting ready to drive the baseline, and it's going to be a turnover. 18-8, Grayson County trails Paducah Tilghman. 7:05 to play in the first half. Off to the left wing, Schumpert. Out front, saving it from going over the line. Inside the lane to Garland. Garland, jump pass down to Gray. Shot is missed, but a first rather. And the team's fourth of this first half of play to the free throw line, Diamond Gray. 65.7% from the free throw line. She'll have 2 coming here. First one for the senior is good. She gets the shooter's roll. She'll get 1 more coming. She's the daughter of the head coach, Stephanie Gray. She was a 2-year starter at Mayfield High School, averaged 25 points and 6 rebounds per game. She's the 6th leading scorer in Mayfield history. She was named honorable mention All-State, All-Region, and All-District while playing in high school basketball. Second free throw is good as well. Grayson County almost loses the ball in the left block here. Renfro's got it back, and a jump ball is going to keep possession here with Grayson County to finish the point on Stephanie Gray. She finished her basketball career playing at Murray State. Van Meter into the corner to Blanton. Out to the left wing to Riggs, off to Renfro. Renfro back to Riggs. She steps into the straightaway 3. The bank is open for Arissa Riggs. She's got 7. It's 20-11. Paducah Tilghman leads Grayson County inside the lane. The shot on the left side's missed. Riggs has the rebound amongst the trees, and a foul's going to be called on Tilghman. It's called on Schumpert, her second, team's 4th. Stephanie Gray going to keep her into the game, though, with those 2 fouls. Riggs to Green. Off to the far side to Blainton. She'll step into the 3. It's missed. Green gets the rebound for Grayson. Tries to dribble it off of her foot. Out to Renfro. Off to Van Meter. Swinging it over into the far corner to Blainton. Riggs fires down to Green. Back over to the far side. Blainton 3 off the back of the iron. Rebound on the floor by Paducah Tilghman's Gray. Gray speeds up down the floor. Goes up, runs right over Sutton Van Meter, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Van Meter. She lowered her shoulder. And Van Meter did a great job staying in front, and for Gray, that'll be her second and the team's 5th. Sydney Perkins re-enters for Grayson County. Diamond Gray will take a seat. Five minutes and 45 seconds left here in the first half of play. Grayson County trails Paducah Tilghman 20-11. Into the near corner, Perkins. Out front to Van Meter. Into the far corner to Blanton. Out right wing now Riggs. Into the far side, Blanton. Riggs gets it inside now to Van Meter. Catch and shoot shot from the free throw lines. Too long off the back of the iron. Blue Tornado get the rebound. It's Diamond Gray that pushes it up the middle of the court. Another deep 3 by Schumpert. It pops in and out. Might have been a little bit of a heat check as she made that from almost the identical spot last time. Riggs pass inside is deflected out of bounds. 5:09 left here in the first half of play. 20-11. Grayson trails Paducah Tilghman. Paducah Tilghman zone defense. Right wing 3 by Riggs. Pops in and out. Rebounded by Garland for the Blue Tornado. Passing into the near corner. Off to the right elbow. Shot inside the free throw line is good. The bank is open for Garland. She's got 4 points. Paducah Tilghman's doubled up Grayson County at 22-11. 4:40 left here in the first half of play. Van Meter ball fake, walking with it. Sometimes that ball fake is just a little bit too good, and that was the case there for Van Meter. She takes the extra step when she does it. 4:37 left in the first half. 22-11, Grayson County trails Paducah Tilghman. in between the circles. Passing off into the near corner, crossing it. Left side, Smith, 3 up. It is short. Rebound on the floor, ripped away and put up by Wheeler on the left side. The basket's good for Victoria Wheeler. Grayson County not doing well on the boards in this game. 34.3 rebounds a game for Paducah Tilghman. Grayson County only at about 23. And it's showing here as there's a pass knocked and taken away by Gray. Fast break layup good on the right side for Diamond Gray. And we have a timeout on the floor taken by Paducah Tilghman. It's 26-11, 3:57 to play here in the first half as this is Lady Cougar basketball on the Moose.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
It's 26-11 here in the second quarter of play. The timeout was taken by Stephanie Gray and Paducah Tilghman. Try to see if we can't find out any score updates to bring you. Girls basketball, Owensboro Catholic defeats Madisonville 65-42. In boys basketball, Warren Central leads South Warren 32-17. That score is at the half. Big one going on in the Sports Center tonight. Ohio County and Owensboro Catholic is just getting underway. And in boys basketball, it is Greene County leading Butler County 30-28 at the half. So a 2-point game going on. Got a couple of really good scores in that between Ty Price and Hayden Blakeman. Bree Jones into the game here for Grayson. She immediately delivers a pass off to the right wing to Perkins. Out front to Green. Green fakes the drive, handoff past Perkins, drives in, shot inside the lane. The bank is open for Sydney Perkins. She's on the board. And it's back to a 13-point game now at 26-13, 3.5 left here in the second half. Schumpert crosses it to Gray. Gray walks with it in the near corner. 3:27 left here in the first half, 26-13. Grayson County trails Paducah Tilghman. Jones sets up the point here for Grayson. Passes into the far corner to Perkins. Perkins drives in, gets around the defender, flips it up, right side, missed, but free throws coming. Here for Sydney Perkins. Foul is called on Deja Garland, her first, team 6th. 2 free throws coming for Sydney Perkins. Perkins from the free throw line this season is 73.5%, and the first one's good. Perkins, of course, the oldest daughter of Ernie Perkins, the PVA here in Grayson County, but also Ernie in Grayson County might be better known as State Attorney Ernie, helping lead the Cougars to the 1993 Third Region Championship and what was their first ever berth in the Sweet 16. And they're going to be celebrating him and the entire 1993 team. The boys are later on this year. Driving down near baseline, dumping it off is Paducah Tilghman. The right-handed floater is good by Schumpert. Schumpert's gotten 7 points. In fact, I see the coach of that team here is in his usual perch, standing down to the left of the basket, underneath by the double doors. Right wing 3, Perkins up. Can't get it to roll in. Rebounded by Smith for Paducah Tilghman. She keeps the dribble going. She was looking like she was about to fall, and she didn't end up walking with it. I mean, that was a really athletic play made by Maisha Smith, the freshman guard. Schumpert crosses it to Smith. Smith holds it on her right hip. Now we'll bounce it back off to the left side. 1-2-2 zone pressure for Grayson County. Schumpert, high arcing pass back now to Smith. Smith back to Schumpert. They're just pretty much going back and forth here from the top of the key. Here it goes one more time, and we're going to have a foul called on Kennedy Green on the pass for Green. That'll be her first, team's 5th. For Grayson. And Riggs come out for the Lady Cougars. Be Paducah Tilghman to pass in. Schumpert to set up the point here. She's looking for help and finds it with Garland. Now they're running some motion offense. Off the left side, Wheeler. Grayson County appears to have shifted back into a man-to-man defense here after the foul on Green. Inside the lane, Schumpert shot, missed off the left. She gets her own rebound, stripped by Perkins. Loose ball picked up by Sydney Perkins. Perkins off to Van Meter, and Van Meter's gonna break the timeline at the logo. Passes off left wing Jones. Jones tried to get it inside to Perkins. There wasn't a window. Right side, Van Meter. Back it off out front now to Narvaez. Narvaez back now to Perkins. Gets a screen. Perkins drives down the left side, flips it up. Right side, missed. But free throws are going to come. Paducah Tilghman will pick up the foul. It'll be whistled on Victoria Wheeler. That is her second, team's 7th. Perkins will shoot 2 free throws. She's 2 of 2 in this game. First one is no good. She can't get the shooter's roll. Second chance coming for Perkins is good. Nothing but net there for Sydney. Perkins has 5. Grayson County trails 28-16. About a minute to go here in the first half of play. Into the game is Hodge re-entering there for Paducah Tilghman. She has it on the left wing. Out front to Garland. Garland picked up by Narvaez. Just about 43 seconds left here in the first half. Driving in, shot for the left elbow is missed. Loose ball picked up by Narvaez for Grayson. Narvaez finds Van Meter, who gets it back off and breaks the timeline to Jones. 25 seconds left in the first half, 28-16. Grayson trails. Narvaez drives down the right side. Narvaez on the right side gets the basket. Great move by Ella Narvaez to get the point in. Brings it to a 10-point game now, 28-18. 10 seconds left in the first half. Left wing Hodge. Out front now. Smith has it with 3 seconds. I don't think Paducah Tilghman knows the time. Smith does. She lets it fly at the buzzer, and it's way off to the left. The end of the first half of play. It is Paducah Tilghman leading Grayson 28-18. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. Let this happen. Of course, it's awkward to talk to kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie. How sketch is ready? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on. To the left. To the right. Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutVaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where the Lady Cougars trail Paducah Tilghman 28-18 at the half. Coming up on our halftime show, we'll run down some scores from around the region. We'll run down the scoring from this game, and we'll get you ready for the second half of play. Again, your score at the half, Grayson County trails 28-18 against Paducah Tilghman. This is Grayson County Lady Cougar basketball on Litchfield's Country Station 103.9 The Moose, and also via K105 Digital Productions.
My mom was caught doing drugs, and they said this is not where children are supposed to be. So they removed me and my siblings and put us into foster care.
Brianna spent 9 years in foster care before being adopted with help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption.
After I was adopted, I felt very safe. I definitely see myself going in the right direction.
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care like Brianna who need a family now. You can help us find them the safe, permanent homes they deserve. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Did you know that over 700 kids enter the foster care system every day?
$700?
700.
Just talking about foster care can help foster care.
Okay, let's try this.
Donate your small talk.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School. The Lady Cougars trail 28-18 at the half. Try to see if we can't run. Excuse me, sorry. Try to see if we can't run down a score or two from around the region. Some big games going on. 21-21 between Owensboro Catholic and Ohio County. Game is 5 minutes left in the first half. Big boys basketball score at the end of the third quarter. Greene County leads Butler County 46-45. In boys basketball at the half, Bowling Green leads Muhlenberg County 28-14. And again, the final the halftime score, Warren Central leads South Warren 32-17, and Owensboro Catholic defeats Madisonville in girls basketball 65-42. 28-18, Grayson County trails. We'll take a break and run down the scoring from the first half of play after this, as this is Grayson County Lady Cougar basketball on Litchfield's Country Station 103.9 The Moose.
I'm William Shatner, and I've been around a long time, but I'm truly humbled when I see the real battles our brave, paralyzed veterans have faced defending our freedom.
I was on a routine patrol, and we were in the desert of Kuwait, and the vehicle flipped and landed on top of me, which left me paralyzed from the waist down.
Okay, folks, this is heroism. That's why I'm proud to support Paralyzed Veterans of America. Go to PVA.org to learn how you can make a difference.
My brother was wounded in Mosul, Iraq in 2005 during a combat mission. The injuries he suffered that day are still with him. He has partial vision and hearing loss. He has a traumatic brain injury, and probably most severe is his post-traumatic stress. But the bomb that blew him up, it really kind of blew up my life right along with it. Caregiving was new and scary. I was really isolated and on my own, and I didn't reach out. And that ultimately led me to a point in my life where I contemplated suicide. One of the resources that we had known about after my brother was wounded was Wounded Warrior Project. And once we discovered that Wounded Warrior Project not only had programs for my brother, but they had them for me and my son as well, we really began engaging with other families, and it turns out there's a lot of them who are just like ours.
You may have heard that the American Legion helps honor our fallen heroes.
Or that the American Legion helped write the GI Bill, enabling veterans to get a college education.
And yeah, you've heard us tell a good story or two.
But did you know that the American Legion does so much more for our veterans?
From advocacy on Capitol Hill to serving others in our communities, the American Legion continues its tradition of strengthening America through service.
Learn more about supporting veterans in your community by visiting legion.org.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where Grayson County trails 28-18 at the half. As running down the scoring from the first half of play in this one, as Grayson County, had some good moments. Paducah Tilghman's a talented team, though. There's no doubt about that. They entered this game with a record of 9-3. They've played some good teams. They play in a really talented region as well as a whole. As they play, in that first region with a couple of teams, a couple of traditional powers too. Graves County, always really good. McCracken County, always good. And Marshall County typically does have good girls basketball as well in that area. See the scoring from the first half of play, though, for Paducah Tilghman. 9 points for Diamond Gray. 7 points for Kinawa Schumpert. 6 points for Victoria Wheeler. 4 points for Deja Garland and 2 points for Fran Hodge. For Grayson County, 7 points for Arissa Riggs, 5 points for Sydney Perkins, 4 points for Sutton Van Meter, and 2 points for Ella Narvaez. I think for Grayson in this second half of play, and a lot of it is keep doing what you're doing. Paducah Tilghman knocked in some big shots, some shots that maybe you don't expect them to make in the second half of play, but you're going to have to start making some shots as well if you're Grayson. The biggest thing, too, is you're going to have to rebound the ball better in the second half, because rebounding in the first half of play was not great. Your score at the half, 28-18, Lady Cougars trail, as this is Lady Cougar basketball on the Moose.
Every 3 minutes, a baby is born with a cleft, making it difficult to talk, hear, eat, and even breathe. Many won't receive the treatment they need to thrive. Through training and financial support, Smile Train gives the power of healing back to local communities so they can provide life-changing surgeries and other services at no cost to families. Help us change the world one smile at a time.
Navigating the maze of Medicare enrollment can be a confusing and overwhelming experience. State Health Insurance Assistance Programs, or SHIP, are experts on Medicare.
I felt like this place could really help me out.
They were so nice and helpful on the phone. I really do appreciate the fact that they take us seriously.
Local, unbiased, and trusted Medicare help. Contact the SHIP office in your area to make an appointment.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where the Lady Cougars trail 28-18 as we start the second half of play. I made sure that I helped myself to a good hot dog. Since Alex Cook, our typical crew member, isn't here today, I feel like it's my job to give a concession stand review, and the Grayson County High School concession stand hot dog delivered there in the second half. It's important. Hopefully we're delivering in a good second half of play here as well on the basketball court, as it's 28-18, Paducah Tilghman with a lead. They have it. Now working from right to left on your radio dial. They nearly lose it. Going over the half-court line, it was a nice job by Garland to grab it before it ended up crossing the half-court line. Right side Carruthers into the far corner now. Bounce pass in as Diamond Gray is on the bench here to start this second half of play. And a turnover taken away here by Sutton Van Meter for Grayson. To Riggs, outlet pass to Perkins, drives in, dumps it off to Narvaez in the lane. The shot's good for Ella Narvaez. I'm not sure if Sydney Perkins necessarily meant to pass that, but it ends up working out great, and she's going to get an assist on it as well. Swinging it into the near corner. Down to the left block, shot no good, but free throws are going to come after a foul on Grayson. It's going to be on Arissa Riggs, her first, team's first of the second half. Into the line is going to be Deja Garland, she is a 68% free throw shooter this season. The first one is good. It rattles in. Second chance coming for the senior Deja Garland. It's up, and it is good for Garland. She makes both free throws. Paducah Tilghman's lead is back to 10 now at 30-20. Right wing Perkins, she pulls up from 18 feet on the right side, just a little too long. Rebound on the floor, Narvaez, handoff pass Perkins, layup left side, good for Sydney Perkins. She's got 7. Ellen Narvaez giving some really good minutes here in this game. And it's an 8-point contest now. Let's see if Grayson County can string together a couple of stops and come back in this. Wheeler in the far corner, bounce pass down to Smith, and it was kicked, I believe, by Narvaez on the inside. Diamond Gray re-enters in place of Carruthers. .6:38 left in the third quarter. It's 30-22. Grayson County trails Paducah Tilghman. Passing into the far corner, just losing the ball immediately as Diamond Gray goes out. It wasn't tapped or anything. It's going to be a turnover, and the ball will head back towards Grayson County. Lady Cougars need to string together here a bucket. That'd be huge. If you could make this a a 6-point game, make it a 2-possession contest. Van Meter drives down the hill, downhill, right side, good. Van Meter, the Red Sea parted on the inside, and she just took it to the hole down the right side, and it's a 6-point game now, 30-24. Driving in, left side, almost losing the ball, somehow keeping the dribble going was Schumpert. On the right side, Smith. She'll back it off. Huge moment here coming for Grayson to see if they can't get another big stop. Driving in is Gray to answer her layup left short. Rebound saved in bounds by Kennedy Green. She had to toe the baseline to grab it. Slaps it off to Van Meter on the left wing. Out front in between the circles to Riggs. Riggs to set up the offense. Left wing Green. Looking for space. She misses the cut on the inside. Gives it off into the far corner, though, to Van Meter. Van Meter, bounce pass, knocked and taken away. Fast break, Smith working 2-on-2. She'll go up with a layup on the right side as she goes around Green. And Maisha Smith gets her first points of the game, 32-24. That might have been a missed opportunity there for Grayson County. Right wing Riggs, it's through her hands, and a loose ball is going to stay with Grayson. That was one of those 50-50 balls that probably could have gone either way. And Grayson catches a break now on this, and you got to find a way to score some points now after catching the break. Van Meter passes into the near corner to Perkins. Perkins trying to create some own space. Gets it out front to Van Meter in between the circles. 32-24. Tilghman leads Grayson. 5 minutes left in the third quarter of action. Bounce pass to the right elbow to Narvaez. Gives it to Green, to Perkins. Perkins out front to Riggs. Riggs swings it off to the left wing to Sutton Van Meter. Fires to the free throw line to Green. Green drives, loses it, and it's taken back here by Paducah Tilghman. Up the far side goes Gray. She'll pull up an 18-footer in transition. It's missed. Rebound is a jump ball, and that is going to send possession to the Lady Cougs. Isabel Blanton comes into the game. Kennedy Green comes out. 32-24. 4:41 left in the third quarter. Van Meter into the middle to Riggs. Outlet to Perkins. Perkins pulls up a right wing transition three. It's in and out. Rebound on the floor is pulled down on the floor by Wheeler. Up the far side, Diamond Gray blows past Van Meter and lays it in on the right side. Gray's got a second gear to cross over players that is really talented. Perkins, she'll drive down the right side. She'll flip it in on the right side to get the basket. And back and forth these two teams go. It's 34-26. 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Inside, Narvaez knocks the ball out of bounds. Nice defense on the interior as Smith comes out. Hopefully she's okay as she's kind of holding her upper rib on the right side. As back in for her was Carruthers. They give it into Carruthers on the right side. She loses it. Somehow it feeds out to Schumpert on the right side. Back to Carruthers. A three is short. Rebounded on the floor by Blanton for Grayson County. Van Meter. An outlet pass to Riggs. Riggs weaves through down the right side. Shot good. Riggs takes it to the hole. She's got 9. It's a 6-point game. 34-28. 3.5 to play in the third quarter. They give it down inside, spinning it around. Shot on the right side's missed. Rebound put back by Gray is long. It's an air ball. Rebound on the Meters got it. Lady Cougars. She'll outlet it down to Blanton. One-on-one. Blanton tries to Euro step. Gray's there to grab it, and it's going to be a jump ball, and possession will head to Paducah. Smith appears to be okay after leaving what appeared to be maybe a little injury. She's back in. She's not grabbing her rib. Maybe she just got elbowed there in place of Carruthers. So it's Paducah Tilghman with the ball. 3:07 left in the third quarter. Grayson County trails by 6 points. Schumpert guarded by Riggs. Out front to Garland. She's picked up by Narvaez. Man-to-man defense for Grayson County. Out front, driving in. Kicking it to Garland. 18-footer near side is short. Perkins picks up the loose ball for Grayson County. Perkins pushing up the near side of the floor. Angles back towards the middle. Holds up the stop sign and slows down. Keeps her dribble going, though, as she gets a screen from Riggs. Drives down. Shot on the right side is missed. No shot, rather. They're going to wave it off as she was bumped and fouled by Victoria Wheeler. That is her third. Only the team's first of the second half of play. Bree Jones and Briley Renfro re-enter for Grayson. Van Meter and Riggs will take a seat. Fran Hodge will re-enter for Paducah Tilghman. Perkins bounce pass into the near corner to Jones. Right side Narvaez into the corner now to Perkins. She'll speed up down the lane. The kiss off the glass is short. Rebound on the floor. Hodge picks it up. Hodge, an outlet pass over to Gray down the right side. Layup good for Diamond Gray in transition. Back to an 8-point advantage now, 36-28. Jones, she'll drive near baseline, runs the baseline, and it's out of bounds, knocked by Paducah Tilghman. Bree Jones to pass in. She scans. Knocks it into Blanton. It's knocked away. Jones is able to run it back down, and now Paducah Tilghman's Gray just knocks it out of bounds from Bree Jones. 36-28, 2:07 to play in the third quarter. Grayson County trails 36-28. Left wing Perkins. She's left alone from three. She'll let it fly. She'll put it in. She knocked it down from Short Creek. A deep three for Sydney Perkins to make it a 5-point game with 1:50 to go in the third quarter. Schumpert off to the left wing to Gray. Bounce pass to the free throw line. Driving in and walking with it. Taking the extra step was Garland. Stephanie Gray didn't agree. She tried to plead her case to the official. Bree Jones breaks the timeline. Gives it to the left wing to Blanton. 90 seconds left in the third quarter. Another three taken by Perkins. It's off the back of the iron. Rebound on the floor. Knocked around and taken away by Grayson. And a foul's going to be called on Paducah Tilghman. It's called on Diamond Gray, her third, team's second. It'll stay on the floor. Bree Jones to trigger. Gets it off to the left wing to Narvaez. Out front to Blanton. Blanton to Renfro. Handoff pass to Perkins. Another chance at a three. And another chance she'll put in. Sydney Perkins heating up. She's got 10 in the quarter. 15 for the game. It's a 2-point game. 36-34. Step back three to answer by Schumpert. The bank not open for her. Long rebound by Jones. She's working 1-on-3. Jones down the right side. Layup for the tie. Missed. It doesn't go in. Loose ball, rebound, jump ball is going to stay with the Lady Cougars. How about Bree Jones there? She was working 1-on-3, and she just said, I'm going to take this myself and almost put it in over top of three players. Jones will pass in. 55.4 on the clock in the third quarter. Into Renfro on the left wing. Renfro drives down the far baseline, crosses it to Perkins. Perkins didn't have a great angle on it, passes it out front, but it's knocked away by Diamond Gray. Got a sub into the game here for Paducah Tilghman. It is Jayla Reed. First minutes of the game, 5.2 points, 3.1 rebounds per game. She's the junior center. Riggs comes back into the game for Grayson, as does Van Meter. So you got Van Meter, Jones, Riggs, Perkins, and Blanton on the floor for Grayson County. Jones, bounce pass out front to Van Meter. Van Meter thought about pulling up, had a man in her face though. Back off to Van Meter. She'll take the three this time for the lead. Got it! Sutton Van Meter gives Grayson County the lead. 37-36 for the Lady Cougars. Passing to the free throw line, trying to create space to answer for Paducah Tilghman. It's missed. Rebound put back on the right side's missed. Rebound long, pulled up by Van Meter for Grayson. Lady Cougars have numbers. Van Meter, an outlet pass, knocked around and taken away by Smith. Diamond Gray keeps the dribble going, and we're going to have a double dribble called. As when she tried to make the crossover, she picked up her dribble for ever so slight of a second. 37-36. Grayson County's got the lead. 1.5 on the clock here in the third quarter. Let's see what they do. Jones calls for it to get in. She's going to throw it to Riggs. Three at the buzzer. No good, off to the right. The end of the third quarter of play, the Lady Cougs have come to take the lead 37-36. This is Lady Cougar basketball on 103.9 The Moose.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
With a My Social Security account, you can request a replacement Social Security card, estimate your benefits, and more. Save time. Go online. Open a My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Oh boy.
What?
We better get out of here. That clown is about to hit a water line.
He didn't contact 811 to mark the underground utilities.
Nope.
You saw that coming. Too bad he didn't.
Know what's below. 811 before you did.
It's one of the better quarters of the season for Grayson County, especially the last about 4 minutes. They lead now 37-36. They trailed by 10 at the half. Outscored the Blue Tornado by 11 points in the quarter. And they lead 37-36. Paducah Tilghman will start the quarter with the ball. It'll be Maisha Smith to run the point. The freshman passes out front in between the circles to Wheeler. Wheeler gives it back now to Smith. Tilghman slowing down a little bit. They made a lot of shots in the first half, didn't make a lot in the third quarter. Let's see what it goes for in the fourth quarter. Here is driving down the lane and being fouled as Schumpert. She'll go to the free throw line. Foul called on Riggs. That is her second, team's second, and Shumpert's the player that you probably want to foul. She is a 33% free throw shooter this season. 5 of 15. She'll have 2 coming here. First one is no good. As a team, Tilghman, not a great free throw shooting team, 53.8%. Grayson County, it's one thing that they're good at, 66.4%. Second free throw rattles in. Schumpert goes 1 of 2 from the line, and it's a tie game now, 37-37, 7:35 to play in the fourth quarter. Van Meter in between the circles. Comes over to the head coach, Todd Johnston, to make sure that she hears what the play call is. Sutton Van Meter, the sophomore point guard. Over to the left, now comes back towards the middle, now here towards the near side. Bounce pass into the near corner to Perkins. Perkins back out front now to Van Meter. Perkins will run the baseline now towards the far side of the floor. Van Meter backs it off now, setting it up at the logo. 37-37, 7 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Perkins drives in, shot 18 feet near side, too long. Narvaez gets the rebound. Out front to Van Meter. 3 deep on the left wing. It is short. And a foul on the rebound is going to be called on Arissa Riggs, an offensive foul. Official said that got her with a hook around the side. 6:50 left in the fourth quarter. 37-all between Grayson County and Paducah Tilghman. Right side Garland drives in, shot on the right side, missed by Garland. Rebound poked out of bounds by Paducah Tilghman. It'll be Grayson County ball. Six minutes and 35 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. It's been a great game, especially the second half. Van Meter in between the circles for the Lady Cougars. Backs it off now to the logo. Sutton setting up the offense for Grayson. Left wing to Riggs. Riggs takes it with the right hand. Back off to Van Meter. 3 left wing. It's off the back of the iron. Narvaez, another loose rebound. Out front to Riggs. Riggs drives in. Shot blocked. And it goes into the hands of Victoria Wheeler for Paducah Tilghman. 37-all, 6 minutes to go here between Grayson County and Paducah Tilghman from Grayson County High School. Diamond Gray drives down the right side. Van Meter strips it away. Van Meter up the far side of the floor. An outlet to Blanton. 18 feet, left side in transition. Bottom of the net for Isabel Blanton, her first points of the game. And the Lady Cougars have their first lead of the game at 39, or their first lead since the end of the third quarter, rather. Second lead of the game, 39-37. At the volleyball line, Schumpert gets it inside to Gray. Van Meter pokes it out of bounds, though. Sutton, Van Meter is putting on a defensive clinic here in this fourth quarter of play. Garland to trigger from underneath of her own basket. Gives it off to the left wing to Gray, back into Garland. Garland amongst the trees. Outside Schumpert, 3 is up, and the bank is open. She goes high off the glass, puts in the 3. Paducah Tilghman retakes the lead now, 40-39. 5:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Riggs on the right wing. 5-out look for the Lady Cougars. Now motion offense comes to the left elbow, Blanton. She'll spin it around. Shots way off to the right, and Perkins is going to foul on the rebound. It's only her first, team's fourth. And it'll stay on the floor. Paducah Tilghman will have the basketball. 5:03 left here in the fourth quarter. A timeout on the floor is going to be taken. 5:03 to go. It is 40-39. Grayson County trails by 1. This is Lady Cougar basketball on the Moose.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. When they're faced with a health concern, you'll do about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
40-39, Grayson County trails Paducah Tilghman. 5:03 to go in this game here. As Paducah Tilghman called the 32nd timeout. They have 3 remaining. Todd Johnson has not taken a timeout in this game. He has all 5 remaining in these last 5 minutes. So theoretically, if Coach wants it, take one each of these next 5 minutes. It'll be Blue Tornado basketball out of the timeout. They lead by 1 after the banking in 3 by Schumpert on their last possession. Inside the lane, spinning it around from 7 feet on the left side. It's in and out by Garland. Long rebound chased down by Gray, but she walked with it. Both Diamond Gray and Stephanie Gray, the head coach, trying to plead their case to the official. And the official wasn't having it. It'll be Sutton Van Meter to break the timeline. Handoff pass to Riggs. Riggs will take the 3 for the lead. Got it! Riggs puts in the 3 on the right side. She's got 12 points. Lady Cougars lead by 2. 42-40. 4.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. What a comeback for the Lady Cougs. Smith passes out front to Garland. Garland picked up by Narvaez. Man-to-man defense by Grayson County. Ella Narvaez has played really well. Step back three for the lead by Schumpert to answer is in. Schumpert knocks in her third three of the game. And Paducah Tilghman has the lead at 43-42. Sutton Van Meter goes down to her knee as she is going to tie her shoe as it came undone. The official John Bettner grants her that timeout really quick. And we're good to go. Stephanie Gray now wants some pressure against Grayson County. Van Meter up the far side of the floor. She'll break the timeline with relative ease. Gets a screen, doesn't take it, gives it back to Riggs at the volleyball line. Riggs drives in, kicks it over into the far corner. Three is up by Blanton, and three is put in. It's almost like it's All-Star Weekend in the NBA right now. We got a three-point contest. 45-43, shot in the lane, missed by Paducah Tilghman. Rebound on the inside by Garland. It's put up, it's missed. Long rebound is inbound, saved into the hands though of Grayson County. Lady Cougars have numbers. Briggs fires down to the right block to Perkins. Shot on the right side. Good, she'll go, no, she walked with it. She walked with it beforehand. The Grayson County fans don't agree. That was almost a big opportunity there for Grayson because I thought Perkins was also fouled on the shots. Inside the lane, pass knocked away and taken away by Van Meter. Diamond Gray a little slow to get up. She appears to be okay though. Riggs on the left wing, drives in, loses it, and it's taken back by Gray. Paducah Tilghman has numbers. Diamond Gray behind the back pass, too good of a pass. Garland wasn't ready for it, and it goes out of bounds. 45-43, Grayson County leads. 2:58 to go in the fourth quarter. Todd Johnston going to talk to the official. He might want to take a timeout. I think that's what he's going to want to do. Yep, he's going to call it over. 2:49 to go. Grayson County leads by 2 points. So we'll see if it's a full, we'll take it with him. If it's a 30, we'll take it. We'll stay here. It's a full timeout, we'll take it with him. Lady Cougars lead by 2. This is Lady Cougar basketball on the Moose.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know windows and doors.
The builder's choice.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Out of the timeout, Lady Cougars lead by 2 points with 2:49 to go. Todd Johnston takes the timeout there, and I liked that. He's still got 4 left, so he's got plenty to burn, and I like it here. And in a lot of instances, he might just take a timeout before every possession because they want to start running some clock and get good high percentage shots. Narvaez off to the right wing to Perkins. A 3 is up, and it is short. Rebound on the floor, almost lost by Schumpert. When she went down with it, Blanton trying to reach in. And when she did, she's going to get whistled for the foul. Her first, team's 5th. As far as foul trouble, Riggs has 3 for Grayson. That's the only foul trouble for Grayson County. For Paducah Tilghman, Diamond Gray and Victoria Wheeler each have 3. So neither team in real big foul trouble in this. Inside, spinning it around. The ball's loose ball, knocked around. Grayson County's got it in transition. Bounce past Perkins, right side shot, good. Sydney Perkins puts it in. It's a 4-point Lady Cougar lead, 47-43, 2:08 to play in the fourth quarter. Smith, inside, shot, spinning around, basket good by Garland. She's got 8 points, 47-45. Under 2 minutes to go. Off to the left wing to Riggs. Lets the defender go by. Crosses it to Blanton. 3, far side, in and out. Long rebound, chased down on the floor. Riggs has it. Finds it to Perkins down the right side. Flip shot too hard. Rebounded though by Perkins, but she was the first player to touch it after coming from out of bounds, and that's the right call by the official right there on top of it. I wish I remembered his last name. His first name's James. He made the right call though. 47-45, just about 90 seconds to go. And we have an offensive foul and a legal screen called on Paducah Tilghman. It was called on Deja Garland. Her second, team's third. Lady Cougars up by 2 points, 47-45, 90 seconds now to play in the game. Left wing Blanton. Looking for space, handoff pass to Perkins. Perkins at the volleyball line, gives it off to the right side to Narvaez. Narvaez inside to Blanton, shot missed, but Isabel will go to the free throw line after being fouled by Paducah Tilghman. A hack from behind came. It is called on Victoria Wheeler. That is her fourth, team's fourth. 2 free throws coming for Isabel Blanton. In for her, Makia Carruthers comes in place of Victoria Wheeler. Blanton to the free throw line. She will shoot 2, 71.4% from the free throw line this season. The first one is good for Isabel. This has been one of the best second halves Grayson County has played all season. And it's been, I could say, this has been just a great half of basketball. Second free throw is no good. A lane violation is called on Grayson County. 1:13 to go, 48-45. Grayson County hangs on to the three-point advantage. Got to watch out for Schumpert. She's hit 3 threes in this game already. They give it into Schumpert on the left block. She spins towards the baseline, shots up, missed on the inside, long rebound, chased down Van Meter. Van Meter is double teamed, and a timeout taken by Todd Johnston with 55.0 seconds to go. He's going to take a 30-second timeout as he calls it with Van Meter trapped. A score update as I look down between the number 1 and the number 2 team in the third region media poll that was released earlier today. Ohio County leads Owensboro Catholic 58-45. Now, I'll be honest. I vote in the poll. I've voted Ohio County number 1 for about the last, really since they played Grayson County. I didn't today. And it seems like the Eagles are kind of saying, hey, we're still here. And I still think that they're a really, really good team. 55 seconds to go out of the timeout. Grayson County leads 48-45. Van Meter's got to get it in, gets it into Perkins up the near side of the floor. Perkins weaves through very smartly, just curls back around, and she's going to go back up to the top of the key. Perkins keeping her dribble going. Timeout taken. Todd Johnston now. 43.9 seconds to go. He asks, what does he have left? And it's whatever you want. And it is a full timeout taken here by Todd Johnston. So he will have a full and a 30 remaining. Paducah Tilghman has 2 fulls and a 30 remaining. If you just joined us here in this game, Grayson County trailed at the half 28-18, and it was one of those that they didn't play bad, but they were down 10. Paducah Tilghman's a talented team, but in this second half, they have come back and played extremely good basketball, and I'm sure Todd Johnston has to be extremely happy with what his young team has shown here, going up against a team that entered today with a record of 9-3. And they're playing really, really well. Lady Cougars later on this week have a huge district game. They'll host Whitesville Trinity here at Grayson County High School. If you're watching or listening with us and you're close by, come out and support the team. It's homecoming. as the Lady Cougars will try to snap their district losing streak going up against a Whitesville Trinity team that picked up their first win of the season last night. And in that boys game, I'm very excited. It's a rematch of last year's 12th District Championship between the Raiders and the Cougars. And it's going to be a great game. Riggs will pass it in. 40 seconds to go. Grayson County leads 48-45. Van Meter up the near side of the floor. Gets a screen from Perkins. Doesn't take it. She backs it back off. Todd Johnston calling for the pressure. Van Meter, she's going to keep her dribble going. Gives it off to Riggs. Riggs guarded by Gray with 25 seconds. And a foul is going to be called on Gray. For Gray, that'll be her fourth. And it'll be Orissa. They got fouls to give, in fact. It's only the team's fifth, so they still have 2 fouls to give, 25.7 seconds to play. Give it into the backcourt to Van Meter, and a foul's going to be called on Smith. That's only her first, team 6. The next foul will be shots. This is where I think you got to give the ball to Sutton Van Meter's hands. She's a 90% free throw shooter. They can't get it to her. They give it into Perkins. That's another good opportunity. Perkins dribbles it out in the backcourt with 18 seconds, and Perkins will break the timeline, gets a screen, has it on the left wing, continues her dribble on the far side, runs up the half-court line, and a foul's going to be called on Gray, and that'll be 5 on Diamond Gray. She'll foul out of the game with 13 points. 11.6 seconds on the clock. Grayson County has the 3-point advantage. Stephanie Gray awaiting her full 20 seconds to give the sub, and it is going to be Fran Hodge that'll come in her place. Be Sydney Perkins to shoot 1 in the bonus. If she can make both of these, Lady Cougars might be on their way to having a huge victory. First one, Perkins in and out. She misses it. Rebounded by Paducah Tilghman. They have timeouts. They are going to push it. Smith up the far side. In the lane, the shot is good for Smith. 2 seconds on the clock, trying to take timeout. They're not going to grant it. Grayson County's going to win the game. 48-47. No timeouts were taken as the ball rolled around. The Lady Cougars win 48-47, pick up a huge victory against Paducah Tilghman here tonight, their second straight 1-point victory. We'll come back. Jump into the 5th quarter show after this. Your final score, Grayson County 48, Paducah Tilghman 47. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how's sketches, me? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You didn't turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on.
To the left. To the right. Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, love you always.
Everything I do
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Did you know that over 700 kids enter the foster care system every day?
700?
700.
Just talking about foster care can help foster care.
Okay, let's try this.
Donate your small talk.
Hi, can I help you?
I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
Can I help you?
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks.
For what?
For all the money that's been flying out of your drafty windows and doors this winter. It's just so generous of you. So, we wanted to say thanks.
We?
Yeah, the whole neighborhood's here.
Stop throwing your money out the window. Visit us at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We know it.
What a win today for the Grayson County Lady Cougars. They win tonight by a final score of 48-47, their second straight one-point victory, taking down the previous 9-3 Paducah Tilghman Blue Tornado. Tell you what, Todd Johnson has to be through the roof with his team. They come back from a double-digit deficit and pick up. I mean, that's probably the best team they've beaten this season. And they're really athletic, and Coach Johnston has to just be through the roof with his team's performance and celebrating a huge 48-47 victory. Coming up on our fifth quarter show, we'll talk to the head coach of the Lady Cougars, Todd Johnston, run down the scores from around the region and the scoring from this game. Your final score, Grayson County 48, Paducah Tilghman 47. This is Lady Cougar basketball on the Moose.
A tree can be unifying, inviting diverse communities to gather over common roots. A tree can be innovative, effortlessly pulling carbon from the air. A tree can be noble, actively nurturing life in an uncertain world. The Arbor Day Foundation has been planting trees for 50 years, in every season and soil, every climate and corner of the earth. A tree can be transformational, helping us turn local action into global impact. That's why now is the time for trees. Lots of trees. Let's tell the world everything a tree can be. Because a tree can be a solution. Let's put millions of solutions in the ground together.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where the Lady Cougars pick up a big win tonight, 48-47 against Paducah Tilghman. Joined now by the head coach of the Lady Cougars, head coach Todd Johnston. And Coach, you were down 28-18 at the half. I mean, coming back from a double-digit deficit against a good team. I mean, you probably can't be much more proud of this team, especially when we're thinking that about a week ago, we were a week and a day ago, we were talking at about this same time, and you were just about as disappointed in your team.
Right.
You probably are the exact opposite after your team after this performance tonight.
Absolutely, because coming back from double digits is not a strength of ours, obviously, because we struggle to score at times. But the execution we had tonight was the best we've had in 2 years, and reason being is, and we kept telling them, if you can handle the initial ball pressure, because, man, they get after you. They're quick. They're athletic. If you can handle the initial ball pressure, we're going to get dribble drives. We're going to get back cuts. We're going to get the drives in the paint where we can do some kick-out threes. And all of that happened. And, they went to a box and one on Sydney in the fourth quarter. And then, Arissa, Sutton, and Isabel, when somebody does that to us, they get any shot they want. And Isabel stepped up huge, got 6 points in the fourth quarter and hit a three and was really good for us and late. And, Arissa was really good and Sutton. All of them were. And Ella was fantastic. And, that was the lineup that performed well late, so we stuck with it. And I was going to use my timeouts to give them a break. In the game before, the lineup that performed well was Bree in there instead of Isabel. And, we try to tell these girls, just be ready when you get called. If you play better, you'll play more. And that's exactly what happened with Isabel tonight. She didn't play much last time, but we couldn't hardly take her off the floor tonight, and she did a really good job. And we got just enough rebounds, and but, man, 25 is a horse. She's good, and that number 2 is as quick and athletic as anybody we've played, and then 33 hitting all these circus threes, and it was probably the best win. Obviously, we ain't had many, so it's not saying a lot, but it's the best win in the 2 years we've been here.
It's probably the best win since the district championship game back in 2020.
Probably, yep.
So it's almost been 2 years, and,
Yep.
and as someone who's seen a lot of the, almost all the games, I would agree with you as well. Ella was kind of the player that I wanted to go with. She gave you 4 points, but she was pulling down loose boards. She was making passes. She was making screens. We continuously talk about her as. You don't even necessarily need 4 from her if she's doing all those other things.
No, and when switched her to 25, and the thing about Ella, she's 5'7", but she's athletic. Can really move and get up in the air, and she gave 25 fits. We just told her, try to stay between her and the basket, make it as hard as possible, make her hit contested shots, don't foul her, and then try to turn and block out. And, down the stretch, she was incredible on 25. And then Arissa did a great job on 33 down the stretch. And Sutton chasing number 2 all day. So, I'm not sure how the girls had the energy to do everything they did. But really proud of them. But thought we would have to zone most of the night to have a chance against them because of their post play. But again, our best defense was our man-to-man, and it's what got us the win. And then, the thing in the third quarter that was fantastic was we talked about playing in transition more, and, man, we scored and got out in transition. And, we have some actions that we try to run in transition, and they forget. But, man, we were doing that, and they were having fun, getting in the paint, getting layups. Sid got rolling on some threes in transition, so it all worked.
Getting Sydney going was kind of where I was wanting to go next, because now you've got 15 and 17 from her in these last 2 games after. Even she had a game with 9. She had some games with 10, but it wasn't like she had been get into that, and what I'm talking about, that where she would just feel like she could throw up one from 35 feet and it'd be nothing but net like Schumpert did in the first half of play. Or throw in a hook bank shot without looking like McLean County did. But do you think she's starting to kind of get back into it? Shooters, that's what a shooter does.
And the other game, last game, I said, is your shot starting to feel better? And she said, yes. I said, well, you think getting in the gym for an hour 3 or 4 times last week may have had something to do with it? And she just smiled real big, and I was like, it just takes work. She's too good a shooter not to make shots, and now she's putting that extra back in. And again, one of the best ways for her to get shots is in transition before they could face guard. And, 25 didn't hurt us a lot in the fourth quarter, but she was the one trying to chase Sydney. So that takes an effect on her trying to play offense. But we got to get Sydney 15, 17, and, we got to find a way to get her 10, 12 shots at a minimum. And then it's her job to make them, and I feel confident that she will. And but we really did a good job trying to get out in transition and getting our handoffs, ball screens, back screens for her. And eventually just told Ella, I said, whatever side Sydney's on, you go with her, and you don't stop screening. You either set a back screen. If she doesn't get open, go set a down screen. If she gets it and doesn't get a shot, go set a ball screen. And you do that, and it draws all the attention, and then the other girls get their shots.
Coming up on Friday, you've got a district game against a Whitesville Trinity team that has lost a lot from last year. All can still shoot it. I mean, she's a great player, and I'm forgetting some of the other names, but I know that they'll come back to me as nice role players that understand their role on their team. They played Edmondson really tough on Friday night. I know it was a close game till through the third quarter. You know that they're going to be coming here giving you their best shot, without a doubt. How do you take the second half tonight and try to snap the 9-game district losing streak?
Well, again, we have to play with the same mentality that we had tonight. And, you know, the best thing about it is our girls, we got down early, double digits, like we said. And I kept telling them, I said, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. We're going to make shots. We'll get some shots. We just knew we were going to get any shot we wanted against their half-court man if we were patient and if we could handle the ball pressure. But, you know, Trinity will come in here, and this is, you know, again, they're having a long year, lost a bunch, still well coached, still got some shooters in McDowell and all. But this is a game they look at on their schedule and think, hey, we've not won. I think they won one game.
They won last night, yep.
So they won one game. But they see this on their schedules. Hey, we got a chance that game. We just can't let them have that chance. We got to get off to a great start, get after it with them, play as fast as we can in transition to get the driving lanes and the kickouts. But it's not going to be an easy game, and our girls better not think it is.
Coach, I appreciate it. We will see you on Friday night.
Thanks, guys.
That's head coach Todd Johnston. We'll come back, have more after this. Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, love you always.
Everything I do,
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Did you know that over 700 kids enter the foster care system every day? $700?
Just talking about foster care can help foster care.
Okay, let's try this.
Donate your small talk.
I'm William Shatner. I've been around a long time, but I'm truly humbled when I see the real battles our brave, paralyzed veterans have faced defending our freedom.
I was on a routine patrol, and we were in the desert of Kuwait, and the vehicle flipped and landed on top of me, which left me paralyzed from the waist down.
Okay, folks, this is heroism. That's why I'm proud to support Paralyzed Veterans of America. Go to pva.org to learn how you can make a difference.
My brother was wounded in Mosul, Iraq in 2005 during a combat mission. The injuries he suffered that day are still with him.
Is a winner tonight, 48-47. Right now, a score, too, from around the region. In fact, we have a final that just comes in. Ohio County has defeated Owensboro Catholic on the road, 76-64. The number one team in the third region media poll goes down. A score from the first region, if you're a Paducah Tilghman fan still with us. Graves County has defeated a Lady Tiger. I'm not sure who that might be, 54-33. Boys basketball, at the end of the third quarter, Franklin Simpson leads Franklin County 51-45. Try to see if we can't see a score from that Butler County Greene County game. Butler County does come back to defeat Greene County 66-58. That's a final score. Ty Price, 38 points in that game for the Bears. Warren Central, big win tonight against South Warren. Come back. Wrap it up after this. This is Lady Cougar basketball on the Moose.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is vaping? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You didn't even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on.
To the left. To the right. Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
My mom was caught doing drugs, and they said this is not where children are supposed to be. So they removed me and my siblings and put us into foster care.
Brianna spent 9 years in foster care before being adopted with help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption.
After I was adopted, I felt very safe. I definitely see myself going in the right direction.
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care like Brianna who need a family now. You can help us find them the safe, permanent homes they deserve. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Is Cougar basketball on K105.
That'll wrap up our coverage tonight from Grayson County High School, with the Lady Cougars come back from a 10-point deficit to pick up the 48-47 win against Paducah Tilghman. Running on the scoring from the game here today for Paducah Tilghman, they were led by Schumpert with 14 points. Diamond Gray added 13, 8 from Deja Garland, 6 from Victoria Wheeler, 4 from Aisha Smith, and 2 for Fran Hodge. For Grayson County, it was Sydney Perkins that led the way with 12 points. Sydney Perkins had 17 points. Arissa Riggs added 12. Sutton Van Meter had 9. Isabel Blainson with 6. And Eleanor Valles rounded out the scoring with 4. That'll wrap up our coverage here tonight. Looking ahead for the rest of the week for our coverage, as Grayson County will host a doubleheader here on Friday against Whitesville Trinity at 6 o'clock. Lady Cougars will play first. Cougar Boys will play second. It'll be homecoming. And then on Saturday, we'll make the trip to Washington County for a 1 p.m. Central Time start between the Lady Cougars and the Commanderettes. I want to thank the K105 Digital Productions crew for their hard work today. Your camera operator was Cole Snyder, and your director was Jaden Kinney. So on a night where Grayson County picks up the 48-47 victory, this is Sam Gormley saying, so long, everyone.